right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, April 11th. Again, we've got a packed house, so we're just going to get right into it. Before I go any further, though, new season, season 4 of Meet Victoria with Caleb Shaw has started. We're pumped. Like I said, we're 30-something episodes into this. We're super excited. You can find it. It is streaming now, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. But we are featuring the Texas Zoo. We had a ton of fun out there. They were amazing having us out. So make sure you check out that episode and watch the show because we had a lot of fun doing it. So, sorry, now that I got all that away, I'm super glad to have you here. Thanks for all you do. You're a buddy of mine and you're always out there supporting everything that we do. And so for that, thank you. But for those that don't know who you are, if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself and let them know why you're here, my friend.
So I'm HR, or Rob Mallory. Work for the Texas Department of Public Safety, assigned here in Victoria County. And I'm here today to talk about an autism awareness and acceptance patch sale that we're doing for the month of April, benefiting the Crossroads Autism Network.
I think this is really cool because this is something that you spearheaded and kind of got going, but it's also something that stays here local in our community. And so if you wouldn't mind, kind of start at the very beginning and tell me a little bit about what gave you this idea, how it came to fruition, and how we got to where we are right now.
So in the law enforcement world, there's a lot of people who like to collect the patches from different agencies, and then obviously with April being Autism Awareness Month, a lot of agencies have gotten it out where they put out autism patches, and so I started collecting those for my son, for him to hang on the wall of his room. And last year I had reached out to our Officers Association, the Department of Public Safety Officers Association, and said, hey, would y'all be interested in doing an autism awareness patch? And they said yes. And we came up with the patch, and then they said, hey, let's use some of the proceeds from the sale of this patch to benefit an autism charity. Who would you like to nominate? And so, wanting to stay local, I said, well, let's go with the Crossroads Autism Network.
Had to be really cool to see the community embrace it, because I remember when you kicked this thing off, I just started seeing it everywhere, and I saw people really wanting to come out and support this. That had to make your heart feel good to see it embraced the way it was and see the community back you.
Oh, absolutely. It was awesome. The support we received last year was great, and just talking to some people and saying that put a smile on their kid's face to see that, and to have that be given to them by either an officer that they knew or just someone that knew them, and they were thinking of them. So that was, everything else aside, that was been rewarding for me.
I was gonna say your son had to think it was all pretty cool. Dad's out there spearheading things and making it happen, and I just think that's awesome. And so talk to me a little bit about where we are today and what you got going and how this whole thing is kicking off.
All right, so we're doing it again this year. Obviously, we've grown a little bit because we had such a huge success last year. Last year, it brought in $3,500 for Crossroads Autism Network. So this year, we decided to mix it up a little bit. And in addition to a new patch, we've got coins, keychains, and vehicle decals that people can purchase. Again, every proceeds are benefiting the Crossroads Autism Network. And what I think is great, these vehicle decals you can put on your windows or the back of the vehicle, and it just lets first responders know and say a traffic stop situation, or if you happen to be unfortunately involved in a traffic crash, it lets those first responders know that hey, there's someone inside this vehicle who may have additional needs you need to be aware of. They may not be able to communicate with you verbally. They may not understand that they are in a dangerous situation, and you just need to rethink your approach and redo it just to make sure that everybody, keeping people safe at the scene.
That makes total sense to me, and and oftentimes if you come up on a crash scene or something like that, there's already chaos, there's already confusion, and so having an identifier like that, to me, just seems like it would bring an extra layer of potential, comfort and help to you guys and awareness to properly do that. But speaking of mixing things up and thinking outside the box, if you don't mind, this coin, I thought, I know when I was in the military and even in law enforcement, coins are also a big thing, and you guys put an interesting spin on this because this is the first non-coin coin that I've seen, and I don't know how else to say that, but you guys have mixed this up and gone with the trooper outline here, and then all the autism stuff on the back, and this is just spectacular. Where'd the idea for this one come from?
DPSOA had been putting out the trooper coins for a while now, And I just said, okay, well, this year we're gonna do something we're gonna call Troopers for Acceptance. And so we'll just take the trooper coin and we'll put the autism stuff on the back. We'll say Troopers for Acceptance. And this is another neat little thing that will be offered in the month of April to promote autism acceptance across the state.
Well, I think it's awesome. So for those that don't know much about it, can you explain a little bit about what the Crossroads Autism Network is, and just kind of, for people that are hearing about this the first time or they're new to it. Can you kind of explain it?
Yeah, so Crossroads Autism Network is a 501c3 that was started by Tyson and Robin Garza here in Victoria. And their mission is to bring awareness and excellence in serving the needs of families with children of all ages on the autism spectrum in the Crossroads areas. In the past, they've done several autism walks in the month of April. It grew. So the last in-person event they did was the 2019 rock and roll at the Children's Discovery Museum in the month of April. And then obviously COVID-19 took a dent to a lot of the in-person events because a lot of individuals with autism have other health issues as well. So COVID-19 made it much more difficult for us to get together and raise awareness and acceptance. And but they've been able to provide activities and events and stuff for families to do at home together. We've still got things at home that they've given us to do as a family, from Christmas and Halloween and all sorts of little goodie bags. So they, trying to help these families not feel so isolated, because they did have to isolate a little bit more than normal during the pandemic.
Got it. Well, man, that's awesome. So for people that are like what you're doing here, they want to get their hands on these, how can they do so? Or if they have any questions, how can they get those answered? Let's start with how can they get these first?
All right, so you got to go to the DPSOA store, and that's at dpsoa.store.
Okay.
There's a tab for awareness items. Just click on that, and they'll pop right up. You can add as many as you want into your cart. They're still showing as for sale, so they haven't sold out yet.
Not
but
yet.
They sold out quick last year, and they reordered again. So I mean, we definitely want as many people to purchase these items as they want.
Good deal. And if anybody has any questions, can they reach out and ask you, or you seem like the go-to on this? Is that am I cool telling everybody to send them to you?
Yeah, just as long as they understand I don't have it for sale.
Yeah.
I don't have it for sale.
But you can get them pointed in the right
direction.
direction.
Yes, I can.
Outstanding.
It's 361-648-4085. Again, 361-648-4085. That's my state cell phone number.
Perfect. Well, once again, thank you for your job first and foremost as a trooper out there on the roads. My dad's retired DPS, so that always means something to me. So I'm grateful to you for that. But this as well, thanks for just helping the mission and helping others and bringing that awareness and comfort, and you're doing a good job. Anything I'm forgetting?
I would just, we couldn't do this without the support of the Department of Public Safety Officers Association. And so they're the advocacy group for 4,700 state employees, troopers, agents, rangers, communications, and our forensic scientists. So they've done a lot of good stuff for us. In the past couple of years, they got a pay raise. In the last legislative session, they got 12 highway renaming signs for fallen officers, just like the Bill Davidson highway sign as you're coming into Jackson County out here. And then in 2021, this patch sale brought in $3,000 worth of sales to the DPSOA store. They had never done that before in their history. So that was amazing. And again, that's money that they turn around and provide, to help families of the fallen, to help, provide scholarships for, members, children going to school, at-risk youth programs, and, helping families out in times of need, whether it be medical issues, house fires, the hurricane. They helped out quite a few members with damages to their homes. So they do a lot. You're supporting two great organizations when you buy one of these items or multiple of these items.
That's outstanding, and you're supporting our law enforcement. And I'm glad to hear they're taking care of you guys because you need it, and we're grateful to you. Anything else, my friend?
What?
Uh-oh. Mom,
We gotta hold up the patch. The most important thing, we forgot to hold up the patch.
Yeah,
so y'all can
get your patch. These things are amazing. Yes, we held up everything else. Guys, make sure you get these. They're on the DPSOA website. Thank you so much for coming on, my friend. We can't wait to see you at the next thing. Thanks for all you do. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
Marketing today can be complex. Emails, customer relationship management, lead tracking, landing pages, and text messaging. But what if you could do it all with just one tool? And what if there was an agency behind the solution that could do it with you? Or better yet, do it for you? Introducing Thrive Fuel 360, the new do-it-for-you digital marketing solution. Drive leads, nurture prospects, automate follow-up, connect with your audience, and book appointments all in one place. Thrive Fuel 360.
Hi, I'm Bentley Kamen, and come shop Kamen's. We have over 3 acres of quality-made furniture ready for immediate delivery. And if you buy today, we're gonna have it in your home tonight. And you thought I was kidding? Buy today, and we'll have it in your home tonight.
All right, guys, we are back with our next guest, and you've seen him all over town. He's always out there putting a good face to the PD and representing them well, and really good about getting into the community and just weaving that teamwork between community and the police department. But for those that don't know you, if you wouldn't mind, sir, please introduce yourself.
Well, my name is John Turner. I am a community engagement officer with the Victoria Police Department.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate you doing that. How things going over there overall?
Oh man, we're getting busy.
The
community engagement section is just running ourselves ragged. I guess people are bouncing back after COVID and everybody's wanting to get out and do some stuff, and man, we're going all over the place.
You know, I'd rather have that though than not. You know,
Absolutely.
and it's good seeing everybody back out there and just seeing people again and the streets being busy and people being busy. Still hate the medians, but I know that's not us. But so what do you guys got going on here that we need to talk about this week?
Well, the next big thing is our Lunch and Learn program. It's going to be this Wednesday.
Okay.
Now it's open to everybody, but it's geared towards senior citizens.
Okay.
So we're going to be addressing topics that they may be interested in. We're going to talk about personal safety stuff from the police department perspective, personal safety, home security, maybe burglary prevention, civilian response to active attacker events, scams and ID thefts, things of that nature. The fire department's also going to be out there. We're partnering with them. They're going to be offering free health screenings and most likely fire prevention topics and things of that nature. We'll also be reaching out to other agencies within the community to promote their message. I think Office of Emergency Management says they're going to come out and talk about hurricane prevention. Hurricane season's just around the corner, so we got to keep it. Absolutely.
So if somebody, you know, I know a lot of times, you know, walking in someplace new the first time is the hardest part. You know, you don't know what to expect, all that.
Right.
How do these lunch and learns go? You know, is it one of those things where I show up and you guys are like, hey man, here's your lunch, sit down, and you guys put on a show while we eat, or not put on a show, but you educate us. Right. Yeah. However you want to look at it, you know, but you guys educate us while we eat, or is it one of those things where it's more of a round table, or how does that kind of go?
Well, this is the first time we've ever done it.
Okay.
We're just wanting to reach a different demographic, and one of the concerns that we get from the senior community is they don't like driving at night. So that most of our classes are after normal work hours. So we're going to throw out the lunch and learn. We'll see how it works. Yeah, just come in, grab you some meal, sit down, and enjoy the presentation. And it'll be an open forum. I mean, there's no really serious presentation, no formal presentation. So it's a give and take. And we're going to give surveys to all the participants so we can address topics that they're actually interested in.
I think that's great, and you know, a lot of times they may have that little nagging question that they've wanted to ask. Why is something this way, or why? But they they may not know how to engage on Facebook, or they're not going to
Exactly.
flag you down in traffic or anything.
Oh yeah, we're
And
going
so-
straight old school this time, just face-to-face communication.
Well, good, and I'm going to say it every time you're in here, but bring up that intersection over there by the college with the flashing light.
Oh, yeah,
because
I gotta watch that
y'all
myself.
put 2 videos out on that, and still nobody knows how to work that intersection. And so, but no, this is a great thing, and you can get lunch. You can the health screening is pretty cool too. That you guys will be doing that, because maybe they catch something they didn't know they had.
Exactly.
And so what else do you got going on over there at PD?
Well, let me touch on this again. I want to shout
Forgive
out.
me, I get excited, man. I want to get through all your stuff.
I'm excited. I get so
favorites.
excited I forget stuff on here.
Go ahead. Your floor, my friend.
All right, I need to shout out to Perry Anderson over there at Raising Cane's, because they're actually sponsoring the meal for our first event. And it's going to be at the County Health Department. For those who are interested in going, from 11 to 1. It's not going to be a 2-hour presentation. We're going to have like a meet and greet and a little social time. Then we'll go into the presentation. So yeah, come on out, grab you a free meal.
That's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys at with, I know the Civilian Academy is always at different times. Is that currently running?
It's currently running. It's coming to an end. Thank goodness. That's one more thing I can put off of my, put on my done list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check that box.
Yeah, we're doing building searches next week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So we put the students through simulated building searches, different scenarios. You're in the role of a police officer responding to a burglary. And Habitat for Humanity is hooking us up this year, and they've got all kinds of nooks and crannies for the bad guys to hide behind.
That's perfect.
So it's going to be fun.
I like stuff like that, because everybody's an armchair quarterback, and I always read all that. Well, you should have done this. You should have pulled out your pistol and hit the guy in the leg at 2,000 yards, and what were you doing, and all this, and so much of that changes when you put yourself in those exact situations, and when you induce stress and fear, and it's easy from the comfort of your own home or from behind your screen on Facebook to be a Facebook cop and an expert, but it's a little bit different when you're out there in the field.
Yeah, and we do a lot of scenario-based training, and yeah, even if it's not really happening, there is a little stress built into it, and you do respond differently.
Well, I did the Apex thing that you guys have, and even that, where I know something's going to be coming. I know, I'm prepared for something bad, because we're not going to do something good on there, and even then in a simulation, it catches you off guard, and I think that's one of the best things is I would encourage these for the people that probably don't like you guys the most, and I would say to go up there and go meet you all, because a lot of the times you may have a perception of what's in your mind of how things are done or why they're done that just may not be true.
Well, that's a problem. Now we're going to get into a deep philosophical conversation here. But yeah, people can only see things from their own perspective. Unless you put yourself in the shoes of someone else, you really can't understand what's going on. And that's one of the things, or one of the reasons we do the Civilian Police Academy and the Lunch and Learn, to build that understanding. The more you know about a topic, the better off you are in the long run.
No, I totally agree, and my mom did the Civilian Police Academy, but that's what she walked. Even being previously married to law enforcement, it was just such an eye-opening experience for her. And again, I don't think people realize how many hats you all have to wear. You're counselors, you're firefighters. There's about 500 things that you all do, and you're expected to know and make these decisions on the snap and on the fly and get them right. And oftentimes there's no room for error. And so again, everybody can be an armchair quarterback, but take the time to come out and meet you guys. And the more I've spent time with you all, the more I'm humbled by you guys. And we're very blessed to have the law enforcement in this community that we do, with you guys, with DPS, with SO.
And I tell you what, from our perspective, we are blessed to have such a supportive community. I mean, Victorians are awesome.
Yes, sir. No, and it's the teamwork thing, an iron sharpens iron thing. And so I just, I want to say thanks again. And I always get off on sidebars with you guys because it's such a personal topic with law enforcement with me. But again, right back to this Lunch and Learn this Wednesday, April 13th. The time,
11 to 1.
11 to 1. And it's the second Wednesday of each month. So if you do miss one, you can get back out there. What else, my friend? We got a couple minutes left. Anything I'm forgetting?
Well, we do have a lot of stuff on
Throw me one more.
A lot of stuff.
We got something else we can squeeze in.
How about I throw 3 in real quick? We got bike rodeos coming up. We've got our community meeting in mid-May, so that's going to be for the residents in South Victoria, an open forum where you can talk to the police officers and the chief as well. And then we're going to have a casting with cops. We're really excited about this Cops and Kids fishing event on June 18th. We're going to be out there at Sun Valley Ranch, so hopefully we can make,
Yeah, let's
create
make sure
some
we
more
talk
bonds
again.
with kids.
Absolutely. No, anything like that engages the public with you guys, I'm all for it, especially now. Especially now. I think we need a bright line on truth and honor and not allow the oftentimes the mainstream media to sway things on, get out and meet you guys and make your own opinions.
There you go.
And anyway, get out and meet you. And so I
That's
start getting all
all we want,
defensive
yeah.
over you guys. I'm like, I have to defend you or something, and I know I don't. But thank you again for all that
Yes,
you
sir.
do
Well,
and
thank you.
for all of these things. Guys, make sure you get out and support them. You can also stop by any PD anytime and just walk up and introduce yourselves. All these guys and ladies over there, they're people, and they like the support of the community. They like meeting you all, and don't sneak up on them or anything, but you're welcome to walk over there and go introduce yourselves and meet them, and I'm sure they would enjoy it. And they don't mind if you bring treats too.
We always enjoy a treat,
treats are always good, so bring food if you want to go, or chocolate and fun stuff. They always enjoy it, but support them, and back the Blues. So anything else, my friend?
That should do it for now.
All right, well, thank you for coming on. Guys, we'll take a quick break and be right back with our last guest.
Hey, I'm Cindy Staley, and today we're doing something really fun. We've got studs that our community has purchased and sponsored, and they've written their names on them. This is something that we want you to participate in with us. Our studs cost us $8 a piece now, but you can be a sponsor for just $100 a stud. It's really a way for you to partner with our families. But when they walk in and they know that the community has partnered with them, it makes all the difference in the world. Please join us, won't you?
All right, guys, we are back with our final guest. You know her, you've seen her all over town. They're doing big things. But just in case you hadn't, young lady, introduce yourself and tell them who you're with.
So I am Carissa Winters with Innovation Collective.
And I know you guys have been hitting this hard, but let's just say they turned on the show for the first time today and they have no idea what Innovation Collective is. Tell me all about it.
So Innovation Collective, we are a grassroots movement, and we also do fund ideas. A lot of you know about Shark Tank. That's a little bit what we do, but why we say grassroots movement is we get in a community like Victoria, for example, and we give places like Coffee and Concepts, which happen twice a month, meetings, fireside chats for people to get together. We have different pathways where people also can get together, because we know what works best is creating that sense of community, connections, and friendships. That's what makes people stay in a community, want to buy a house in a community, happier at their job, and thrive more in their daily life when they have friendships and connections and a place to come. And then we take it to the next level by letting people share ideas, having a platform for that, and actually being able to get it funded if it is something that is an awesome idea, and get them the resources they need as well through our pathways.
That's awesome. And you guys have another one of these coming up this Tuesday, one of these fireside chats. Walk me through these, and we'll get to the guest, because I think that's awesome. But what is one of these fireside chats?
So the fireside chat, yeah, it's not cooking s'mores around a campfire, but it's kind of I know that would be cool, right? But it's the idea of that, when you've been around a campfire and you're just chatting and hanging out and having real conversation with somebody, that's what it is. It's never stuffy like, I'm Carissa Winters from Innovation. No, it's not going to be that. It's just like me and you talking. And we generally ask questions that other people don't ask to learn more about in depth the person's life and the messy gray kind of things they went through, their failures as well as their successes, but also their philosophies on things and their insight, because that's where you do get those little nuggets of knowledge. You'll hear me say that a lot, because you'll get those takeaways that you can implement in your own life, or you can give advice or wisdom to someone else about what you've learned. So no matter your background or where you're from, where you're at in your life, you can learn something from these fireside chats, and you can apply it to your life, or like I said, help someone else. And it's someone local in your community that you may see everywhere and they've been super successful, but do you really know them? Do you really know their process of how they got from A to Z. And so that's what it's about, is learning that most of us, we just don't wake up and we're like, we're successful, we have all these businesses and we've done great in life. It doesn't look like that. And to make you realize that even if you are having stumbling blocks or failures, that's common. And that doesn't mean that you're losing or failing. That means that you got to keep going, keep pushing forward, and maybe you'll learn something from that chat to help you keep pushing forward, or that will help inspire you to look at it in a different way.
No, that's, that A to Z journey you mentioned is something it's not a straight line,
Nope.
and it's not something where you just shoot to success or
Nope.
shoot, it's a lot of wrong turns, it's a lot of U-turns, it's a lot of dead ends, it's a lot of, oh crap, I really messed that up and I did that all wrong. And, and a lot of that stuff, by having conversations beforehand, you might figure out that your way maybe isn't the best way, or you're locked into one mode of thinking that this is the only way I can climb this mountain. And then you find out that the person next to you actually has some hiking gear, and if you incorporate a little bit of what they're saying, you can get over this mountain a lot easier than you say it, and I can use my own career and life that there's lots of areas where I thought I was good at something that I wasn't, or that I thought I could master something easier than I could, and it led to frustrations and second guessing, and the older I've gotten, and I would dare to say the wiser I've gotten, the more I've learned to lean on others and to ask the questions and to take the advice and heed the advice and to emulate the ones that are successful already. And ask, so much on TV and stuff, everybody eat the rich, go after the rich. Well, why don't we try to emulate them and see what they've done to get rich, to be successful? And you never build somebody else up by tearing somebody else down. And I've never understood why we don't encourage that more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you get out here with these community, I've seen the people that you all have had in there, and I think it's great because these are people who have been successful in their own rights and done things, and they're willing to talk about it, and they're willing to share not only their successes, but their failures, which
very vulnerable place to be.
And the failures are what make you,
yes.
to me. It's good to celebrate your wins, and you should, and I get that, but in my life, it's been the failures that have made me the strongest. And
it's what you can give to somebody too. That's the thing. You'll hear me talk a lot about true legacy. It's giving this and this to people and hoping that it can help them along their journey. I always say I love Innovation Collective because we kind of are like a Waze app or a map in a sense where it's like, no, roadblock ahead, turn left, because it's when you hear these fireside chats, it helps you to learn things that they did and you think, ooh, I didn't even think about doing that. Maybe I'm going to do it this way. Or when you hear people's failures, you can kind of say, okay, well, maybe I should rethink what I'm doing and do it this way. And when people like you, when you're open and honest about that, it makes your failure then a success because you're sharing it to help someone else to keep from doing that. The companies I've built, same thing. I've learned so much, and if I can prevent people from overspending money or having sleepless nights or knowing a quicker pathway to do it, but do it really well, that's what I want to share because I don't want them to have to go through what I went through. So that's what's so magical about this and what we do.
Well, and being an entrepreneur can be magical, but it can also be terrifying.
Yes.
And make you just question everything,
Yeah,
and why did I do this? And it can really kick your butt too,
100%.
And again, just to keep pounding the dead horse there is the more I've learned to lean on others and realize that I can't just do this all by myself. And you meet cool people and oftentimes, I swear, like the way David Murphy has figured out how he can have a 2-mile long line every day at Chick-fil-A, and that's a badge of honor because normally you hear
they're amazing.
You got a 2-mile line like, I'm not getting in a 2-mile line. People will get in that 2-mile Chick-fil-A line because they're going to get through it quickly. They're going to get through there. Everybody's going to have a smile on their face. And he sets the standard. And when you can find calm in chaos and then you have somebody willing to talk to you about it and share with you. Like I I think it's spectacular, and I didn't mean to hijack and talk all of it.
It's fine. You had great things to say. I love it. And, you know, Chick-fil-A has it right. They have their elevated language. Instead of a drink refill, it's a drink refresh. Instead of thank you, my pleasure. And there's reasons behind this. So you can learn from these business models that you really like and you think that they're successful. You want to know their methods. You can learn from those business owners in real time at our fireside chats. And that's what's so great about it, is those little takeaways, and then some big takeaways too. When you ask, I love what you said about successful people learn from them. Every single successful person I've talked to, they've all had mentors. Every single one of them. And there's something about having somebody who's been on a journey that can tell you, doesn't even have to be in your same business. It's just somebody who is experienced and has been through a lot of different things. And then even our last speaker, Callie Fromme, she said one of her biggest things that she recommended was she was in a group of people who were in the same industry of her, and they really were vulnerable with each other, shared information, because that's what helped them the most grow. And so, you know, to me, that's what it's about, is having the place to get together with Innovation Collective, to meet these people, to network, to talk about ideas or share insights, and then also to have mentors and people in our community you can reach out to help you.
Yes, ma'am. And you'll find a lot of times that people are quick to stigmatize, like, oh, that's just a rich guy that did something or not. No, that's somebody who puts in 60 hours a week. That's somebody who puts in 70 hours a week, and then they go and they help and they teach others and they do all this. And a lot of times, if you wouldn't demonize them and you'd look and see what they're doing and listen to their message, you might learn something to come out a little bit better for you, you know? And so, anything I'm forgetting? Again, fireside chat. Oh, I didn't let you say who the guest was. Sorry, real quick.
The guest is someone amazing. He owns lots of car dealerships. He's done a lot for the community as well, but he's also a race car driver. Ben Keating, great guy, really amazing, really inspiring story. I think there's going to be a lot for people to learn about him that they probably have no idea about. And that's what is so amazing about these fireside chats. To the connections that are made before, from, you know, it's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 120 South Main, second floor auditorium. And that's 6 to 6:30. We have food, drinks, and you get to network and meet people. If you come there and you don't know anybody, find me, and I will hold your hand and I will bring you up to people and introduce you. If you don't want to meet people but you still want to be there and you're shy, just let me know and I won't put you in a position like that too. So I want people to know that. I want people to know that, but everybody's welcome, and I can't wait to see everybody on Tuesday.
Well, thank you. If people have questions, how can they find you and get all this information?
So they can go to our website, Innovation Collective. They can go on Facebook, Innovation Collective Victoria. It's a private group, you know, ask to join and I will approve you. And then Carissa at innovationcollective.co. That's Karissa at innovationcollective.co.
Got it. Great job, young lady. Thank you so much for coming. Again, Fireside Chat with Ben Keating, April 12th, this Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., 120 South Main. Anything else?
Nope. And thank you for all that you do. You've been amazing. I love seeing you in the community and giving everybody a platform to be able to speak about these things. So thank you.
Likewise. Appreciate you, ma'am. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out the new season, Season 4 of Meet Victoria with Caleb Shaw, featuring the Texas Zoo, playing right now. So thanks to all of our sponsors, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.